Hey everyone, welcome back to another scrapbook layout video and thank you for joining me again today. Today I am going to be following this sketch, and this sketch is by Laura Alberts, and I just happened across this sketch. I don't know much about her, but I want to say maybe she's the one that does a lot of the scrap timber stuff that you might have seen other YouTubers posting a bunch of stuff from scrap timber. But anyways, I think that is where I found this sketch. But either way, I wanted to use this sketch because I got this die, and this is a slimline die from Close to My Heart, and I will have a link below. This video is not going to go in order from the ones that I've done a voiceover for already, so I'm going to put this one up right away because there is a star one and a circle one, and I wanted to let you guys know because the circle one sold out the other day. They did restock it, but I know sometimes with Close to My Heart, once their dies have sold out, they're basically gone. So I wanted you guys to have a chance to see this video and a chance to buy the product, because I know when I watch videos, it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta have that, right? And I go and find it, and if it's sold out, it's kind of a bummer. So I wanted to get this one up right away. But so basically there is a star and a circle one, and it's on a special. It's only through the end of October. So like I said, I wanted you guys to have the chance to get it if you wanted. But I am not going to use this die. I mean, I might use it on cards in the future, but this I'm making a layout out of. And you might notice now why I picked that sketch, because of the star border on the left hand side. So I'm showing you kind of two ways that you could back these stars. This is the little bit more tedious, longer way. The other way, that first way I showed you, you could just cut out the pattern paper from the, using the die. However, it does leave just the tiniest of space between where you cut it out and the border of the die. So that is also why I showed you the second way to be able to cut out and back the stars. It was super simple. I just flipped the die cut over and traced it with a pencil like you saw and cut it out, and it's fairly simple just to kind of glue it with some wet glue. And look how, I mean, I really like how this turned out. This is definitely something I'm going to be using again. You could do all the same color in that star. You could do, a solid white in the middle for the stars and then some kind of pattern for the outline. It's just endless. I'm so excited about this die. Now I'm going to start. Let me tell you first, I'm using the Wish Big collection by Bella Boulevard. This is a couple years old, but I don't have as much left of this collection that I thought I did. So I'm going to basically start this layout, and you're going to quickly see here where it kind of goes wrong. But I will tell you, I did this layout, and then I had some papers left over, but not a lot of embellishments for this collection. And you guys know me, so you know that I scrapbook, by collection. So I made another layout, and it was going to be just one of those basically I think what everybody's calling a base page with no photo. And then I ended up finding photos, and I wish I would have recorded it. I did not record it. I do apologize, but man, don't forget to kind of look at your scraps and maybe make a page with no photos. I never used to make pages, ever. I'd get kits from classes, or I'd go to a class and I would have to find out from the teachers beforehand, what kind of pictures are we going to need, so I could take my pictures with me. But lately I've found if I just try to push myself for one more layout, and I really wish next time I do it, I will definitely record it for you to see. But give it a try. I mean, if you don't like it and you're just using scraps, then it's not that big of a deal if it goes wrong, right? Anyways, I am going to be scrapbooking these two photos, basically following along with the sketch, and these are two photos of my son and his 17th birthday. A lot of you probably know from watching my videos on my kids' birthdays, I have them hold up the number of fingers. When they get to the double digits, I have them do like a 1 and a 7, you can kind of see. So it's 1, the pinky is up, the 2 fingers are down, and then 7 of the other fingers are up. And it's kind of a cheater method, but it's fun. And sometimes it can be quite entertaining to get it figured out. So This blue paper that I'm gluing on these photos to is actually a Bella Boulevard, so the blue matches. But it is from, it looks like the Island Escape. It was just an extra paper that I had, which I didn't care for the other side so much. So I decided to go ahead with and use the blue to go with this collection. And I actually used, after I was done with that other layout that I ended up adding photos to, that was going to be just a base page, I made just a few cards, and I didn't share that process either. They are the most simple cards, but I actually used the scraps of this blue paper, and I had very little left of this blue paper. So I was happy. Again, that was another thing that I got used up. I did have a few of the birthday papers. Oh, I'll talk about that. Oh, no, I'm going right here. So I do have a second to talk. I did have a few papers left over, so I did decide to go ahead and make a spot in my scrap room for birthday papers. I don't know how that will work out or if I'll ever even turn to them, but I didn't want to get rid of the papers because I loved them. You know, if it's a paper, there were a few papers that I got rid of. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to use that. I don't love it, and I'm not going to use it. And I want to say Laura Alberts has a lot of great organizing videos on her channel. She's the one that got me to purge a bunch of my stamps. So give her video a check, check out her video. But here is where I realize, okay, darn it. I should have used a solid over on that very left-hand side because those stars completely get lost. My biggest problem is what I would have done first was use that blue along the side if I would have thought about that. And I'm going to try a ton of things. I actually turned the camera off because I'm not going to lie, I got a little frustrated at myself. I was just kind of not feeling it that day. I actually quit and walked away, and it was the next day before I came back. But I realized, hey, I know what I can do. I'll just kind of flippy floppy the layout around, and I think that word flippy floppy comes from Lawn Fawn just came out with a die that you can make cards with where you hide a gift card, and it's actually flippy flappy, but it's kind of neat because you pull the tab and the gift card can peek, jump out from behind the photo. But anyways, that's why I'm kind of going off on a few tangents here. But so I'm going to basically put that pattern paper, made it bigger. Actually, I just took the piece that was not cut, and I did add some of these green. I'm trying to remember, I've realized lately that I haven't used much of my peel-offs lately. I need to kind of reorganize them just a hair, and I think put them where I can kind of see them and remember them more often. So, yeah, I put that green one and it matched super well. And then I'm going to put this star border, and I did cut out two borders. You can see how when I line them up, they look like one continuous border. And I think, take a look at slimline dies, and just because they're made for cards doesn't mean you can't use them on layouts. In fact, I like slimline dies a little bit more than the regular size dies, like for regular cards, because they are so much easier to span the entire width of a layout, right? For example, here's the biggest example I could show you right now is this star border. And I am I'm glad I got it figured out on how to make those stars pop, because this page just is, I love it. I love how this page turned out. It's super simple as far as the embellishing goes, but I think if I added too much anyway, it would get lost, right? I mean, it's so busy. The busy pattern paper and the stars are really all that it really needs. So here I'm going to mess with my title. I do turn off the camera because I tried looking for some alphabet letters. And I am also finding I might be purging some alphabet letters coming up soon, because I just realized that I've been trying to force myself into using them, and that doesn't bring me joy. If it brings me joy to use them, then I'm totally okay with that. But I've just decided that it's not bringing me the most joy. So I think that might be a video coming up. I haven't recorded it or anything, but I am playing around here because, like I said, I don't have very many embellishments left. You can see I have that sheet and another sheet. And actually, this is my first experience with the wax paper, and these have not been on. So this page is just ephemera pieces there, but I have another piece that has wax paper, and I use the good, I don't know what it's called, the Reynolds Cut Right, whatever. But these stickers actually did not want to come up from the wax paper too easy. I made it work, and only a couple of them kind of ripped, but they didn't rip like, they just ripped the backing off the sticker. So that's the sticker, that's the sheet with the wax paper on it. So I'm curious to know, let me know below if any of you have had troubles with wax paper, and maybe it's just Bella Boulevard stickers. I mean, you can see when I'm kind of pulling them up there that they kind of, it's a struggle to get them up. But I would love to know what your guys' experience is with this wax paper, because I've started using it a lot. So I'm really hoping that this is, I've never had trouble before with stickers that have even been on there even longer than these ones have been on this sheet. So I don't know if it's because they were compressed more because they were in, you know, not in just a binder. They were, you know, in with the collection kits where it can get shoved together for a while. I mean, maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe the adhesive that Bella Boulevard used was that. See there, you could see that sticker didn't come up. And it just makes it a really super thin sticker. Like, I didn't have any stickers rip pulling them up other than the backing part ripping. I hope I'm saying all that right so you guys all understand what I'm saying. But I am super curious because, like, yikes, it's such a great storage technique that I don't want to have problems with that. So I did die cut also as well. Those are close to my heart numbers, and I've had those for a while, and I don't know if they are still on the website. They might be in the clearance or while supplies last. Um, that section, if I can find them, if they're still on there, I will link those below. I know the alphabet set was like a super cheap, like $10, $13 or something for a little while, and it matches those numbers. But I die cut those numbers from 3 sheets of white, or 3 times from white cardstock, and then once from the yellow pattern paper, and just kind of made my own alphabet. So that gives them a little bit of dimension. I've done that before. You guys have seen me, and that's what I enjoy using more than I do my alphabets. So I think, you know, as long as I have these dies, I might as well use them, right? Anyways, I'm just playing here. I am cutting down some of my ephemera pieces to make it work for me. I really encourage you, if you just do not like an ephemera piece, try cutting it down or seeing if there's another way that you can use that ephemera piece to make it work for you. And I think, you know, you might be surprised. And maybe, I know it's hard. I've had people say they just can't do it before. And I don't blame you. You know, if it's not for you and it freaks you out to do it, then by all means, don't do it. But um, I love cutting my ephemera pieces to work for me. And then I thought about putting kind of a large circle. And in hindsight, I might have put, if I were to do this again, I might try to find, I think the problem is because the circle I would have put behind that cake, I would have probably wanted red. I guess there was gray. I could have used the gray. There was no real red pattern paper with this collection, which I was kind of bummed about, especially since it would have went really well with his shirt, which is why there's no red in the stars. I should have pulled out some scraps, but you know what? Should have done this, should have done that, right? And I actually really love this layout. It's super cute. I put that cat there because, you know, my orange cat really loves him, so that kind of reminded me of my orange cat. So I thought, hey, why not? And it matches. It was just another ephemera piece, and it filled in that spot really well. And that's basically going to be my entire layout. I did add a couple things with foam adhesive. That cat is a chipboard piece, so that is why I added that with, I added foam adhesive to the right of that word that says presents and left the left-hand side flat with the cat. And then I think I'm going to put this celebrate word. Again, same thing. I added a little bit of foam adhesive because the 17 is, you know, thicker because it's got the 3 layers of white cardstock and the 1 patterned paper layer. and so it's thicker. So I just added some foam adhesive to the left-hand side of that celebrate word, and I kind of like it there because I feel like it says celebrate 17, you know, like it's celebrate your birthday type of thing. So yeah, the very last thing that I am going to do is pull out just some of these sequin stars. They're not sequins, they're just like stars, but I don't know what you'd call them. So I'm just going to sprinkle these in among the stars, and that is going to be my layout. I hope you guys like this layout. Let me know if you've purchased any slimline dies and if you've put them on your layouts at all. I'd love to hear what you guys think. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if my voice is kind of crackly. These voiceovers are just taking a toll on me lately, right? But I appreciate you guys sticking in there with me anyway. I hope you all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.